How's it going, friends? Good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. El Maxwell, thank you so much for the Prime sub once again. How are we? It's good to see you. What's up, Meps? Walter, well done for being first once again. I am back from Middle Farm. I am very much home as of today. Did a crazy fast load in. And yeah, chilling. Just enjoying the vibes today. Hey, thank you so much. Which one do you mean, J-Skate? There's been many of them. But yeah. So I'll be happy to show you, Nick. I've actually done some new content for Malian Drum Academy as well. Will is raiding with 30 people. What is up, friends? How are you? How are you? Oh, advert for y'all. I'm so sorry. Will, thank you for the raid. How are you? I hope your stream was wonderful. What were you up to? It's really nice to see you all. It's been a while. I literally just started streaming, so this is great timing. Thanks for the follow, Hikikomori. It's nice to have you all here. I'm about to check out some Middle Farm drums. I just got home today. It was an eventful drive, but we made it. Yeah, basically I did a session for the original plan for the session was to do playthrough videos for David Maxim Mitsic. I don't know if you know him. If you don't, you need to listen to his music. He's actually a genius. And yeah, he just released Bilo 4, or Bilo 4, I think is how he pronounces it. It's the 4th record in his Bilo series. He's also done some other releases, which have been amazing. And I've played for him live a bunch of times, which is always an absolute honor. And on this occasion, he asked me to do official playthroughs. I wasn't on the album, but I went and I brought Hot Pole Studios, Adam Steele. He did the videography. And George Lever came along and he put the mics up and everything. And then on top of that, Pete Miles, who runs Middle Farm, the manager there, and producer extraordinaire, he invited me to do a couple of other sessions, so I did that. And then we also did some video stuff. Hey, what's up? Adam, thank you for the resub, man. Like you haven't already done enough. Everyone, go please follow Hot Pole Studios. He's an absolute champion. We've been hanging out together, making loads of cool content. So yeah, you're gonna get to hear it with a bit of distance, right? That's so awesome. Yeah, so this is mostly for David, but yeah, I'll also be checking out a False Providence playthrough I did, which I've also done a full lesson for Malian Drum Academy, which is my teaching website. You can learn how to play songs like Lavlos and Cardinal Red, and I'm putting out more and more educational content on there to try and help drummers play progressive metal stuff, and eventually we'll also include a lot of programming tips. It's a subscription site at maliandrum.academy. I think you can go !MDMA in the in the chat if you want to get the link to that. Hey, nice for the official shout out, appreciate it. Will, you're in Essex for 9? I've got to get up at 6:55 I think tomorrow, so I'm fully with you on the early morning. So Mustard, I'm really good, thanks. How are you, friend? Hope you're well. I am just stoked to check this out. I'm gonna jump straight into it, and gonna basically just have a listen and get it set up. I haven't done anything. I've just loaded up the session exactly as it came from Middle Farm. We used Cubase, which I'm really glad that we did. We used all stock plugins because who needs plugins when you've got Middle Farm? We were just doing some stuff out of the box. They're mostly just using the desk. I don't know exactly what was done. I went a bit hands off with it. I just let George do his thing. You can at Hot Pole Studios in the chat. Adam will tell you more about what we were using. I can't remember quite all of the names, but a lot of Lewitt gear. Some insane Lewitt overhead mics. I can't remember the model name, but I want a pair. I was so impressed with those Valve mics and their remote controls. They were so sick. So I've got the project open up here. and we are going to basically just have a listen. So the songs that I did were Itch and Wedding. I don't know if you've listened to Below 4 yet, but oh my God. It's such a good... I think he's come in and just clenched my album of the year. Honestly, I'm absolutely adoring it. I mean, it's like Immutable by Meshuggah is a close second at this point, but yeah. So let's jump in. Let's see what we've got. Channel list wise, we have the Lewitt has... there's a Beta 91. It's not everyone's favorite, but I love it. Most people love it. There's a Lewitt that's then inside the kick as well. That's a dual element. So we've got dynamic and condenser, and then the famous Middle Farm kick sub, which is a massive speaker wedged inside of a Guru shell, a throwaway Guru shell. It's so gorgeous. There's a snare top, which I believe is my Beta Dynamic M. No, for this one, it was the 201 before the session, then it got changed out for a Lewitt. The snare bottom, I didn't actually have a look under that. It used to be a 414, probably got changed out for a Lewitt. Tom mics were all Lewitt. Hat's mic was definitely Lewitt. China mic was... Yeah, everything was. The overheads were those crazy valve ones. The Room Close, did he switch them out, or did we stick with the 4038s? Room Fire, did he change them out, or did we stick with the U67s? It was a 414. There we are. Yeah, the 1040s. There we go. Hey, what's up? Val, it's always good to have you here. The snore meme was amazing. I loved that. Ah. And then we took that meme on tour with us. U87s at the back, on the back wall, the big stone wall. So, yeah, these are my takes. This all had video to go with it. And I have a feeling that the comp that will work perfectly here would be my last take of everything up until a certain point and then switching over to the rest of this and just trying to stick with that as my process, because I needed to do another retake of the beginning before I cracked on. So gonna have a listen. This is as it sounded in the room, no remixing done yet, and we'll just get the balance right, and I'll just make sure that the click is muted. It's all very quiet, I've noticed. Are these going to any bus for the track? No, they're just very quiet. Let's turn them up a bit. Well, they don't need to be remixed. Oh, that sounds really fucking good. I'm really stoked immediately. Let's get some volume on this and throw my... oh no, I didn't want to move it. Wanted to copy it. Just move my most recent master bus from my Q-Mix, but with the change of flatline. In fact, I think I'm finally going to get rid of the LL and put flatline back over there and then get rid of it. We're not using that today, but at least it's there. That'll tidy things up nicely. The dynamic Lewitt is very much winning the battle on the quiet kicks. But yeah. Hey, that's awesome that you were keeping the levels low. Here I do not mind. I am not the mix engineer. I'm just having fun. That doesn't need to be comp. That's great. Interesting. George used that. Okay. Magneto. Phoenix, thank you.
Definitely some comping needed here. Let's get those rooms up. Gotta get some action on that middle farm room. That's a bit too much action on them. I got Devil Lock, yeah. Thank you so much, Nick. Carver, thank you, my friend. Nice, nice. I'm really happy with that. Okay, so that was take 5 for the beginning, and then which was like a redo. The videography on this is also, it's absolutely gorgeous. Like, I've got to say, it's gonna look incredible. I don't have video from the what's his face, from this part of the session where we really dialed in the aesthetic of the room, but I have some stills I can show you. And then I do have video for my False Providence stuff, which is much brighter, because being educational, it's not meant to be so what's the word? Like artistic. It's meant to be a bit more like easy to see everything. So let me just find the. Let's have a look. Yeah, here we go. Let's let me just save these images real quick somewhere. And then yeah. These are straight from the Discord. I think we ended up moving the front, actually. Yeah, this was what we ended up going with. There it is. Sick, sick, sick. That's so awesome. I'll pull these up so you can have so you can get an idea for what it looked like. So here we are. Buttons. Press them. There we are. So this was the angle we ended up going with for the front. This is ungraded as well. This is completely just like I'm sure it will get much more dynamic and, you know, poppy. But yeah, that was the final. I mean, you've got to love this silly fucker right here. Gorgeous setup. Used the Guru Toms and the Vibe Kick was working perfectly. This was the overhead angle of Dreams. It's a 4K shot, so we're cutting it there. It's pretty messy, but like in terms of cable management, not the best. But Dave said he actually liked the homey feel of it. So, oh god, I want to be back in there now. I was there this morning. I was loading my drums out. I want to go back. Can we go back? Can someone please help me go back there as soon as possible? This was the old front angle that we didn't use, but I did love that the face was the same from the stills, but the side angle we kept the same. I love this side angle. You could see how snowy it was outside. Like, you can't actually see the snowiness, but I wonder how much of that is recoverable from the raw. But yeah, I love this angle. I love that you capture the you know, the green paint and the you couldn't see these so well before I sat down. You could see that the wood from the Gurus looked so perfect. But yeah, just Middle Farm is just fucking vibes. It's just fucking vibes. It's the one. It's the one. Absolutely love that. Right, let's have a look as well. We can have a listen to Wedding. I did again two sections. Actually, this one I recorded, you know, completely separately, and I think just the last ones should be fine. We will go in and do some comping, but for now I just want to show you what they sounded like. Yeah, for real, Adam. And also, you know, we'll probably be sending it over raw to him, but also sending him, I mean, hopefully you'll be doing the drum playthrough only versions of these, and I'd love to see them pop. And then I think he'll be editing that in, you know, with the others. So I think if we just go for something really nice and cool, then he may well want the ungraded version, so he grades his whole thing together, or he'll take our graded version and grade it all together. Either way, it's going to work great. So here is Wedding. Manda, thank you. How are you, mate? This one has such a gorgeous feel to it. first half of the tune. It is a gorgeous transition that happens here as well. It takes, I think I did one take throughout, and then the rest of them we just hit stop here. Because I wanted to have some video of me chilling out in the middle, but other ones I really wanted to like go back, do that whole first half again a bunch of times, and then once we were happy with that, we then went over the ending, because it was just so much detail, and to nail it all, you know, those later takes, like that was my last take of the first half. And this is all unedited. This is all just as I played it. Like there's very little going on the desk. There was just little bits of EQ. There's like really very little compression going on anywhere, very little gating, so things aren't as leveled or as gated, but it's an incredible example of source tone just being awesome. It's just middle thumb, man. It's just very hard to fuck up. Yeah, Nick, her name's Alexandra Jelmash. She's fucking phenomenal. There's also another amazing vocalist on this album called Vladimir Lalic. He's gorgeous vocalist. Sounds quite a lot like Devin Townsend, like a Serbian Devin Townsend. Here comes more Malianage. This was so jazzy, it was super hard to nail. I am not the jazziest man alive, but I tried to do my best Mark Juliana. Yeah, Destiny Potato now sorted pink. Yeah. Get 'em. Let's fucking go. Scat solo. Oh man, this was really special. This was an exceptional session. I got goosebumps all over. This is the coolest video session I've ever done in my life by a long way. This is so cool. I have goosebumps all over. This is such a vibe. This has come out so much better than I thought it might. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. That was a really, yeah, you were right, Adam. That was a take. That was a real take. Ah, something in the coffee there, something in the walls, something in the vibe. I gotta go back. We gotta go back. Indigo, welcome to the stream again. It's nice to have you back, by the way. Thank you so much, Nick. I really appreciate it. So the vibe here. I'm also recording this, by the way, for my for the academy. I'm actually starting a new project called Session Diaries, where I've actually recorded my whole process from pre-prod to learning, and I've talked about all the steps involved. I'm basically, just really trying to make new content all the time for the academy, for any drummers who want to learn my styles, my techniques, and there's a lot of like niche things that I've developed over the last, basically over my whole career that I feel like can really help a lot of drummers. So this is being recorded as part of that. And I'm just sharing that part of it with you as well, because it's nice to do these things together. But the whole thing will be up there in due course, probably not too long, to be honest. Just have to edit the whole thing up. So Nick, you'll be able to check that out as well shortly. I've been recording the whole thing separately to everything. It's been a really good extension of learning how the Antelope like the two interface, the multi, the way like things are just kind of patched from one machine to the other, so I can just like run Cubase just recording a multi-track on the other machine. It's very, very handy. So yeah, I believe that it will actually be really helpful to just tweak my audio mix for that, because we're listening to this one. So yeah, this is just going to be that now, and that's going to help things. That's cool. All about optimizing what we got going on. So when it comes to comping the drums, when I open lanes in Cubase, what we have is 5 different lanes, as you can see here, with a sixth open lane, ready for the new recordings. Obviously, we won't do them, but it doesn't know that, so it doesn't really matter. This is a really good tool because it allows you to, essentially, this is just like having tracks on top of each other, and then what is at the top is what you hear. So you can't really tell what's on top of what, but you use like the buttons to send things to the front, and then you'll hear them. There's also a comp tool, which I'll be using, and when you drag over a section, it will cut it up and put that bit first. Very, very handy. So we'll be using that and picking our favorite takes. So we'll start with Itch, because I want to get these tracks over basically to George for a mix ASAP. I'll get the tracks over to Dave and get the comp over to Adam, so that the project can really get underway. It's all waiting on me to do this. So this will just be a comp. This won't be an edit. And I don't think I'm going to do a single edit. I think I'm just going to comp it as little as possible, because I'm really happy with these takes. So I know the song well enough to be able to just listen to it in solo and make decisions, but I also feel like everything's contextually so important that it's probably best to listen to everything together. So I'll just be adjusting the mix and choosing each take, my favorite ones. I know from memory, though, that I didn't really start nailing the end from this moment on until this last take. So aside from this beginning bit, this could well sound better on another take. All of this, I'm sure this is the take I want, but we'll hear it through, and we'll choose the ones. And whatever I end up picking as my comp, I will then send that info to Adam for the video edit, and then he will cut the cameras to make sure that they utilize that angle. Because I don't like people seeing things that aren't happening. I don't like that disconnect. It makes me very sad. There's also something I just want to have a listen for real quick in the beginning of this. There's definitely a hum on something. I believe it's the right-hand side of the room. I've noticed it as I pulled this in. Yep, room right. It's Earth Hum coming in on that. That got missed. Oh well, yay for rushing, right? Room far is clean as a whistle. Overhead's clean as a whistle. So it was just the right-hand side of the Coles 4038. I wonder if I should tell Pete about that, or if that could well just be something that I'll mention it to him just in case, because it might have been our screw up, but and it's very quiet, but it's actually not that quiet. It's pretty fucking loud. I don't know if you're hearing that. If I ramp this. Oh well, that can be denoised. You could just, there actually is a plugin from Waves. Not Waves, sorry. What am I talking about? What's the dehum plug from Isotope RX? That's the one. On the right side of the 4038, was that present for our session? These things happen. Analog gear and fancy gear and old vintage fancy gear. Sometimes this stuff just happens. HM2. You mean the Metal Zone, or something else? I actually might not. I don't know exactly what that is. Oh, there's just hum on the right Coles 4038. I've just noticed the right side of room close. If I ramp this, have a listen. I don't know if you'll hear it on the stream, but it's there. It's not the worst thing in the world. But in the quiet sections, the noise floor is pretty high compared to the song, and it's just on the right side. So I've just messaged Pete just because it's his gear, just to check it out. This shit does happen, it's not normal, but it does happen, and it won't be the end of the world at all. I'm also, I was running it through the Acme. It was jumping out way more because of my compressor that I had on it, but yeah, definitely. It's bringing something out. It's all good, though. Yeah. No, that's the one. That's the take for that section for sure. I'm so happy with that. And now we'll choose the best bit for this section. So what I tend to do is just listen through everything. I'll just drag over, and now I can just click on each section and have a listen to it. Now, I remember me having trouble with the timing of this one because it's a weird dun 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 dun, and it's very hard not to make it sound like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So really, it's the takes where I push these second kicks the most that are going to be the ones. That's like the more equalized one. So I got a feeling just visually that this one's going to sound better. That sounded great for the cymbals perspective as well, that one. So 3 might win that. But that was a little loose. That's also really nice. Let's just see what the competition is. Yeah. Too much hat. That's my favorite. I could be picking my favorite micro moments of all of this, but I'm going to try to stick to sectional comping and not be too ridiculous about it, because every section has its vibe, but that's got the most nice things I like in it. And the thing is, David is going to have the freedom to comment on all of this. He'll be able to say, I didn't like that bit so much. And as you can see, there's like varieties in the kick drum. I always kind of comp looking at the kick, because you can kind of see the most kit information in a Beta 91. You can see everything because it bleeds a little bit at top end. It's a really easy thing to just like to see because of the condenser nature of the mic. And then this comp will need to be a little bit earlier. So I'm pretty certain that this is going to be the take for these bits, because this was exceptionally hard to play. It's a little loose on that crescendo, but I think it's the only one I did any crescendo on. It is. I know it. Oh, I did it there. But it's not. There wasn't really much of a crescendo. Oh. And that was kind of weird. That's the only one I got right, I remember. So now we'll just go. Yeah, and I randomly hit the fucking tom there, dick. I came in a bar early, fuck's sake. Because I thought it was 4 bars here, not 5. It's annoying because I know that this is alright. Sorry, Adam, we're gonna do this. You're gonna hate me for that, just not having the tom there. Now, for the most part, I'm pretty certain that this was the right take, but it's possible that there are other good ones of this bit. I know that here it has to be this take. Like there's no question about that. The question is about this bit. I didn't like that so much. That was really nice. But that was as nice. Well, let's listen to them a bit more. That was much nicer, actually. I'm not so sure about that tom fill intro. I don't know what you all think. It just feels a little pokey. But then again, it's a video performance, so those things might be nice, but it's a bit like, it jumps a bit high, you know? A little uneven. I kind of prefer this. Oh, that had a mishit in it, so maybe this. Nah, maybe it's... So I actually had to use a mini hat on my left, and it's just like I did in the dispersed days, where I had that. You'll see in some of my dispersed playthroughs that I used a mini hi-hat on the left side. Almost didn't get it in time, had to Amazon that at 1 day's notice before I left. Had only 1 day for it to arrive. Ordered it with 1 day delivery with 1 minute left on the website. I was so close because I was so certain that I had to, and I didn't realize I'd left one in America. So Dan Drumstone has my other X hat. So now I have 3, but 2 of them are in this country. Oh, no, it's not that bit. This is the AC/DC part that we need to keep. So this is still under contention as well. Let's see what this one... I know I'm going here for this bit anyway. So, well, I will check it just in case. think these are all awful for this. That actually wasn't as bad as I remember it. So hard. Actually, that's better. What the hell happened? I thought my memory was so good. Turns out I can't remember shit. I knew that was bad because that one had the hat failed. There, that was that one. That's actually... That's cooler because I'm using the normal hat, and I thought I was screwing it every time I pulled my kicks over. It is looser. The kicks and the hats sound nicer in that. And I think the tom hit here is nicer as well. It's more 16 focused, lower floor tom than 14 focused. Playing 2 floor toms is still quite new to me. And I'm really enjoying it, but it didn't do it so well though. That one was good. Oh, you'll like this, my fake endings. I would always end those takes with that. Did I do blast beat for this one? That was my way of telling the team, yeah, we're done now. Let's hear alternatives. Always alternatives. Kicks there weren't so nice. And I know that 3 had vibe, so... Something different going on here. Too Philly. We're only on the first one. Come on, Mike. Is he done? Punk beat. Yeah, he's done. Now, there's details missing here, so we are going to have to go on the hunt. Did I ever hit the cymbal details there? Doof, 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 doof. Doof, 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 doof. That's the bit I want. That part of the beat is from, it's too early, so we're going to stick with 3. So we'll either go there. It really depends what cymbal I hit here, which take I can take. Sound like a China. And then there are toms. Oh, I hit toms there. And I hit toms there. That means that I will be able to get away with the comp because there is Tom Decay on both. So we'll try that. That sounded like the same take. Awesome. How's it going, Infinite? Good, thanks, buddy. Just comping away at the Middle Farm drums for David Maxim Mitsic. I always try to say that right. So the most important thing with comps like that is about what did I hit here on these takes, and is it continuing through? If I cut from one to the other, is there going to be the same volume of china coming from one to the other? Are the toms going to be still resonating? That it's not the most important thing, because a lot of the time these details of like long resonances are underneath the song and you won't notice when they disappear, especially if something new and cool happens. And there's an interesting thing I remember hearing about from the Mario games, that they didn't have so many audio tracks they could play at once, the early ones. So when something new happened, a file had to get stopped to start the new one, and no one would ever complain about like the fade out of like sound effect A disappearing because sound effect B happened, because the player's so focused on sound effect B that they don't understand that there's a thing with sound effect A that stopped. That being said, I feel like it's the drummer's responsibility to, within reason, make every comp a little bit easier for the engineer, because you can get the best parts that way, and you have to fix things fix, then you have to fix less things later. It's a really important skill, and it's one I haven't known how to talk about properly before, but it's something that you just pick up once you've recorded a bunch and then you've tried to comp and you lose the good takes because the cymbal's different and everything. So there's a lot of micro decisions happening all the time with stuff like that. Now we need to make sure that we're in improv mode, so now we need to cut before improv-y things happen and make sure that the toms just disappear. So we'll hope that these cymbals were the same. They were not. So we'll just go for the one with the new information. Like one of those two. And then whatever cymbal died under that, as long as that's nice and tight, it just won't get noticed. The difference being, obviously, in video, you're going to see that some of the cymbals now aren't floating, they aren't rocking about, but there's only so much you can do. So that comp will now go from 3 to 2 to 3, just because I missed the details there. I would have just done that all without explaining what I was doing, but I thought you would actually appreciate seeing what's going on there. And now we need to make sure that is the right ending for us. That's pretty vibey. Don't like that so much. That's cool as well. That's the coolest because that dun dun gan matches the kick. What's up, Ollie? How you doing? I'm doing really well, thanks, buddy. I'm just having a good time comping these drums. There's more good things in here than there are there. A couple of consistency things, really. I should really calm these waveforms down a bit so I can see my kick consistency, but like, yeah. That's also really nice information there. What's up, Patrick? I am back from Middle Farm. Just did some sessions for David Maxim Mitsic, and I am comping the video performances now. And then I also have a False Providence playthrough and lesson to edit and everything for the Academy, as well as a Ghost Notes lesson that will come out hopefully soon. It will take me just a bit of time to do the digital side of it all. But yeah, lots of cool filming happened there. That fill is a muchly too much thing, and there's cool symbol vibes going on here. Oh, dude, your boiler froze. Ouch. Ouch, buddy. It's a more tasteful fill. This is just a bit... I think I got a bit carried away, to be honest. People might like to see those things, but, like, this is David's song. This is not my moment. This is our moment. You know what I mean? That's also really tasteful as well. The only problem is it not doing dun dun can. Maybe we take a bit of both. Got to make sure not to get the double transient through though, right? What do you think? What do you think? Should we get it in? It's kind of sick. It's kind of sick. Is it too show off? Is it too showy for the moment? Let's do a contextual listen. I need your opinion. Yeah, that's totally fine. Dude, I'm so sorry to hear you got a fever. You poor bugger. Yeah, I got a little sick at the farm as well. Everyone was a bit sick. I think I'm okay. I'm not sure how I'm going to feel tomorrow. We're going to find out. Cool. Thanks, Ollie. I appreciate that. I mean, at the end of the day, if Dave says it's too much, then it's too much, you know. One too many kicks there. Let's go for in the middle of the beat because I know it's just a stack. That'll be an easy comp. Ah, come on, Mike. Wrong moment. That needs the space. Oh, that was vibes. It's worth it for that to keep that wrong kick because that's the vibe I kept meaning to get. But ooh, that sounds sonically nicer. Yeah, that's what I meant to do every time. Okay, I guess we're going back to take one then. I know there's cooler things happening here. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting something else. That's a bit jammy. I know what I'm doing. I'm just putting ghosts on there. There's something where I actually hit accents. I didn't get the cymbal accents in there that I thought I would. Ollie, it sounds like you're... if you're having trouble hearing both double kicks, then it is one of two things, or a bit of both. It could be that your microphone is pointed more towards one of the beaters than the other,
a bit of a wrong angle and a bit of a wrong position can accentuate that problem, or it is that your left foot is actually not producing as loud of a hit, or vice versa as your other foot. It's quite common for us to get lulled into a false sense of security through compression or samples or triggers and stuff to not be as even as we think that we are as players. It's actually really hard to stay objective with it, and I keep catching myself out by over-processing my kick and then getting lazy. I actually struggled with that on this session. I actually had to have internal words with myself about my kick consistency. I wasn't particularly happy with it, but I knew that if I just focused on it well, that I would get it. It's part of the reason why I went for a very dry tracking mix for this, just because then it was like there's no lying, you know. I hear what I play, you know. Yeah. It's a very hard thing to stay consistent with. There is no guarantee that even once you get it sounding right, that it will stay right. But there's a bit of technique element. There's a bit of mic technique. It could be a bit of both. It could be just one of them. Not saying that it is or it isn't. It's sometimes a tough pill to swallow. That was meant to have toms in it. Is this going to be the one for that? Yeah, it is. Doesn't sound like a good comp. Sounds like energy from one went to the other too fast. It's because of the toms. Let's go from that snare. That doesn't comp so well. Maybe let's go for this snare. Doesn't comp well at all. Try from this snare. Okay, so there is decays of differences that happen here are now less pronounced. They would not come through the mix. We would only hear them in stereo, so that's fine. Well, let's just compare what's going on. Bit of Just Ghosting. It doesn't match the original song's vibe, I remember. Does sound good, but the original song, this is the second version. There's more stuff going on in second and third versions, and then fourth. There's just intricacies. That was exactly what it needed to sound like, but the power of that dun 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 is diminished by the fact that I've gone dun 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 dun. So I know that takes one or two will be better for that, just because that didn't sit quite right. So we'll try a comp from here. It's all about what the guitars are doing. Down, down. Annoyingly, that's the cleanest way in, but that's not as stanky as that. These are stankier. I don't know why. These are looser. No, I see. It's because that one is late. That's meant to be. It's meant to be dun 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 dun. But I've gone dun 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 dun. So that it sounds equalized. So that makes it sound less swung, aka less stank face. Sorry to hear you've gotten used to Cubase and then had to move to Logic. Getting used to both is always good, but yeah, like Logic's got a better comping engine than Cubase, and Flex editing is so much more powerful and so much faster. And we were all talking about how much we wished that we all had Logic. Well, not all of us, but I think me and Adam
I remember we had a chat with Pete. Every time I see that, it makes me want a Mac just so that I can edit and comp drums in it. But I know that my workflow will diminish, and then I will have to bring everything into Logic just to do that process, and that's not worth it. It's also not worth it to just have a bloody Mac just for that. Right, let's stick with the third because I remember coming out of that with such good feeling. And the last is usually the best because it's the most refined. So I always start with the third one. It was such a death metal moment, and I thought that that was too much when I did it, but I'm actually quite happy with that. I'm surprised the consistency came out as well as it did. That shouldn't have worked. Oh, that's got even more stank to it. Just because of the Ractom 1 being used. And the little kick thing as well. Yeah, that was fun. Okay. Okay, it's Take Two is winning. I'm surprised. My memory of Take Two is not as well as that. Need to make sure that this is right. I seem to recall one of the reasons I'm thinking 3 was better because I think this was particularly better on. No, it's not that. It's that there were certain elements of the last one, and I think this is one of them where I'm remembering this being particularly like save that for later. Yeah, particularly that. It's because these really important moments, it was the velocity of my ghost snares here was better. That was like one of the things I remember. You'll hear it in these other takes. That first one, it's not quite hitting it fast enough, and it's something that I liked about the original program drums. The one I got the best was that. It's amazing. I just remember the little things like that, but I forget about all the other details. That's why there's so much you can lose in a comp, and it's there's no right answer. There's no best. It's all so subjective. Sorry for all these cuts, Adam. I mean, I would do it, but I didn't take the footage from this, and I don't know how to collaborate with those raw versions as well as you do for Dave. So sorry for that. Missed a hat there. It's a nice start there. They're all the same. The only issue is missing that hat there. And I'm the singular only person that's ever going to annoy, so I'm going to make it Adam's problem again. Like, I worked so hard to get that hat in there. I'm going to push for it. I'm so sorry. I'm such a picky boy. It's too much effort put into all of these decisions to not commit them. This is actually vibier because it's quieter at the start. It's actually really nice. And then it gets scrappy. I'm pretty certain that is the best version of that fill as well. This was exceptionally hard for me because I learnt it the wrong way round. I learnt it initially as Vlunden. This, and then I learnt it like that, and you'll see it. Any subscribers to Malian Drum Academy, when I put the session diary out, you'll see that I learnt it. I was so confident I was getting it right, going Vlunden, and then the next practice I'm like, yeah, now I have to unlearn that. And the whole process of that. There's a look of defeat on my face for sure. The flams are so much nicer on the second take. There's magic in there. Let's just assess the beginning. Not a huge fan of that snare. I like that it kind of wakes up here. Let's not do that mid-tom. That little China hits work nicely as well. Yeah, I didn't get the fill right there, and I know I like that, but nah, it's that one. Let's go back to defaulting to the second take, because I keep being more happy with the sound of that at the start. Oh. Missed opportunity, I see. I remembered that there was a guitar thing. I just wanted to make sure that I actually got that with it. Cool. Hey, that was what I was looking for. There was another China hit. Yeah, that's nice. That was what I was meant to do, and I did one on one take and one on the other take. How's it going, Peanut? That's got more confidence, but that's not necessarily. It's just more solid, but there's some hesitance that sounds quite nice here. Jazzier, and also the fact that it's not ending with a better is quite nice and understated. There was like a kick thing here I wasn't such a fan of. Duduga was not meant to be there. It's not in the song. And that's just a bad hit. Why am I listening to so much of 3 when 2 keeps winning? What's up? How you doing, Daniel? Welcome. Okay, yeah, those China accents are winning. That's a mistake. And this is going to be hard if I do a cut midway through because of the silence. Things will be heard more. So I think I need to use this from there, from that point. Ah, the symbol's disappeared. That's a problem. Ooh, we're getting lucky here. Ooh, that's very lucky. That very nearly couldn't be usable. That dun-dun-dun-ga is a mistake on the way in. Like, it's a cool groove, but it's not the song, you know? That's the song. Dun-dunk. Let's hear the competition. Let's make sure those cymbals are working. Hey, I actually remembered to hit the right ones, so that's gonna come nicely. The great thing as well about doing this in Video World, which is a thing I've been leaning on all the time, is whenever I switch comps, that's when the angle switches as well, because you'll never see an angle switch, and you'll never compute it. It's the little trick that makes all drum videos comparable, and you can kind of hide behind it. I have always sort of wanted to have like a little thing in the corner for people, for nerds who want to see what take was what was from, not to hide that information, to add it into the corner, but it takes away from the artistic side of it a bit, and it's just fun from an editing perspective, I guess. Ooh, Mikey, I'm happy with that. I'm not usually this happy with it. This is something really good happened on this take, and it's surprising me. one's so tight. That is very cool, though, the mini hat thing. So we're going to keep that until... Just try to get this now. Compy time. That actually works. That shouldn't, but it does. It's not well played, though. It's actually kind of the best of the bunch, there. That's just a bit too regulated. The vibe before it is good. Ooh, now it's time to have some fun. Oop, fucked it. Let's stick with that because we've got all the quiet. All sounding right. But then let's switch when we start getting it right. It's time for you to play with my lights again, isn't it, Carolina? Tell me you're bored without telling me that you're bored. This one. Yes. Ah. Too much. That's the problem with sections like this. The whole cymbal vibe can be different. The volume level change there is massive. But this is sounding nice. So in order to avoid that, I have to comp earlier because this is just, the ride got a bit too crashy here. Because that is too jammy. So we just have to find like that snare. That tom roll is the one. Oh god, go away, click. Oh man.
Nice. Let's see what else there is. Simple, powerful, overplayed. That's not bad. That is cool, but there's a big volume difference. That grooves with the solo way nicer. It's happening. Then again, there will be live playing from David involved as well, so it's like I'm not trying to match the record. His performance will probably change as a result, but that is true to the original, so we'll stick with that. And let's just compare bars like all the time now. That's the original beat, and it grooves really nicely. The other ones I've gone way more into improv world, and I'm not sure if I like that. I miss the original beat, and because second version, first bar, some regularity is good to have because everything else changes all the time. It's just a good kind of rule of thumb for improvisational kind of context is to, you know, when you repeat a section to the beginning of that repeat, to not go too nuts with it. You can get away with more later than you can. Then again, that does groove. And then that doesn't groove. Let's keep with the take that grooves the best here. And I really wanted something that went with David's tremolo here. And that worked really well, so let's see what this one does. This is the most tasteful. Except for that fucking flummox. Or is it a flam? Is it a mistake or is it a flam? It's a mistake. No, it's like a began. Okay, I'm going to leave it in. It's a bit of flair. This is a jazzy section after all. Question for you in the stream. Am I overthinking all of this? This is a process I've done on my own so many damn times, and I start to question myself sometimes, like, you know, am I so in my own head? Is this a good thing or a bad thing? Because many people around me in the studio have told me that this is like a strength, a big part of my process they don't want to intervene on, but I can get some cool objectivity here from you all. I liked that. That was more powerful. That's not necessarily a good thing. Again, this is a guitar solo. I like this one the most. This is now getting pretty powerful. There aren't many that I really felt like I nailed here. There was a few I ended being like, that's going to need another version. Like that. So 2 is good, 3 is not. 1 is... 1 is better than 3, but the part is not as nice. 2 is the one. Last few bars. That was
fine. Absolutely fine. That was great, but the silence wasn't as good. I remember kind of trying to hold onto the cymbal and not being used to... I moved up to 22-inch main crash, and it was harder to mute. So that's why I did the China mute the next time round. There's also something really magical about the way that this song fades out. Like, it's something in this vocal thing. It just, like... I want to get as close to silence as possible, and I'm pretty sure that's the best end I did. But this had more powerful snares in here. Like a cooler fill. That was not so cool. I want to say that's the best. That's the best mute, but that's the best part. Can we just do that? Just for the last hit? Oh, holy comps, Batman. Let's fix that at the end. Give each one as long as it has. That's the comp. That's the comp there. I'm happy with that. Let's do this. So this is a fun thing for anyone who is interested in the comping process in Cubase or just in general. Track versions. Can't do this in Elements. This is Pro only. Sorry for that. But you can duplicate a version. And as long as everything in the folder had this equals sign, the group editing, which allows you to click on one thing and it keep everything phase locked all the time, you can then basically keep multiple versions. And there's a very cool tool. And I'll show you it in a second. Let me just go comp v1 commit. The idea behind this is that I have a key command set up for something called delete overlaps. This makes it easier to do a comp. Mine's set to Alt-Shift-O, but you would find it in audio. Audio advanced delete overlaps. There it is. So I've made that Alt-Shift-O because then whenever I finish a comp, I can always go back to this track version, but because I duplicated it on this one, I'll always just make sure to do a fresh selection. Hit that, and then also I have lanes. I've made a key command for that in Alt-Shift-L. Then I get rid of all the lanes, and now I just have what was left. Only what was on top at the end in this process has now made it to here. I'm so confident about that at this point that like I know for a fact that that's going to say 07 there, that says 07 there. Like it's just whatever was at the top made it, because it just deletes everything that was underneath. Your parents have -12. I need to buy winter boots. Jesus Christ, Poland's so cold. What the fuck? So yeah, Alt-Shift-O and then Alt-Shift-L. I like these as my key commands. So we'll do a technical listen of every comp, because now it's just a matter of doing this. It's easier than it was before. And then this will be soloed. We obviously want to be cutting this here because there was noise before. Yay, silence. You can hear me like tweaking around on the hi-hat foot. That comp was good. I turned the waveform all the way up. Let's look at the rooms and the overheads.
That can happen later. Yeah, I'm a size. Oh, that's why that happened there. Yeah, I'm a UK 10, 10.5. So what we're listening for are editing glitches. We're comparing the look. That was nice and consistent. I'm leaving a bit of room in there for crossfading. I've done something here and left a piece of audio. I've done a bad comp, so I couldn't drag forwards or backwards. I had to go in there and pull either side apart. Get that. I gotta get that close enough now so that that's all will work. There we go. How's it going, Tesseract? Good to have you here. These are my middle farm drums for David Maxim Mitsic. I've just been doing a comp. I'm just listening, doing a technical check, and then we're going to listen to the whole thing. It's your birthday today. Aw, can everyone wish Tesseract a happy birthday in the chat, please? Little stick click to avoid there. We'll do a longer crossfade there, I think. There was some new interesting energy that came in on the side there. But nothing too wrong. That one had a bit of jumping out of nowhere. 38 years young today. That's awesome. Immigrant song. Damn. There we go. There's always going to be clicks and pops with toms because of the oscillation difference. That's as close as you'll ever get, though. Holy crap, that's unusual. This is more like what it usually looks like. That is actually nuts how close those oscillations are. That's pure luck. So I can try and find somewhere in the middle. Like that. That'll have barely any pop now. Ha! Impressive. Pure luck, though. There's no skill in, like, timing oscillations. Cool. The comp is technically correct. Now we can hit crossfade and enjoy. I should probably check the crossfades as well, but I don't really feel like it. Have a good one, buddy. See, sometimes what happens with crossfades is that you accidentally end up incorporating double transients because one will glide in as one is switching from the other. It's very rare, and I always try to prepare for that when I pick my comp points, but it's always best to check. Heard something there. That's okay. It was just like a room artifact. It's nothing to worry about. Wicked. Who wants to hear the final comp? Me.
Nice. 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 I am happy to send that to Dave and be like, what do you think? What bits don't you like? I have a feeling he'll be happy. Have a feeling. But, you know, he's the artist. He needs to have the say before I send any time codes to Adam. I mean, I could send it to you now, but the idea of you getting it and then having to redo it, painful idea. So I'm going to go ahead and hit export on that. I've got multiple sets, so I can send in the drum bus and the main out, or do them both as well. Sometimes I would do the main out as an MP3 to make it easier, but seeing as this is, quality focused, and this will be called Comp V1. Usually I would then throw the cycle markers on so that every version would have the same start and end, but it's just a listening thing, I think. I seem to remember I was always exporting from the start, the bar, where the click started every time, so that's fairly considered. So yeah, I'll just hit the button, let it do its thing. And then we can hang out while that happens. Your birthday is on Tuesday, the big 4-0. Damn, son. Well, happy birthday for Tuesday. Mine is on Monday. I had my party before I went. I had my party on Saturday. We went to an arcade, played Mario Kart on a 90-inch TV, which was sick. Me and Carolina did Just Dance. We played 7-player NASCAR. Played Taiko no Tatsujin on the big fucking drum. Like, it's an old version, but it was sick still. Some other Japanese rhythm game with like a bunch of like buttons around the outside, and you had to kind of like do this, and it was kind of Super Saiyan and super awesome. You were pretty good at the drums, actually. You got really into it by the end of it. It was going really well. What else? We played some foosball. Yeah, we had some table football. There was some pool going on as well. And not much else. But yeah, I'll be flying to Poland on my birthday because it's when we could get the reward flight. We're going to be going... Actually, we'll go to Amsterdam and then I just spend the night in Amsterdam. But we're not there for long enough to go into town, so bit of a fail. But it's cool. It's just a day in it. All right, and then I get to send this off to Dave. And yeah, once I've sent it off to Dave, I'll find out what he thinks. We'll go from there. I need to actually open up my cloud. Program has broken on startup. Really need to reformat my computer. Start again. Gonna send that off to him. Wait, where did that just export to? I'm not seeing it. Oh, because it didn't go to my cloud thing. It went to the... I hate when that happens. Went to the wrong folder. My process is always meant to be send it straight to the cloud from export. I didn't do that. My brain went off. I think I might be done for the day. I think I really want to do Wedding as well as the other song, but I think I need more brain juice for that. And then I also have my False Providence playthrough, which I have video for as well. I'm going to be doing that project myself because that's also got a False Providence drum lesson for Malian Drum Academy, and then there's also a Ghost Note lesson, so there'll be lots of stuff to play around with there. Lots to check out, lots to work on. Alright, I'm sending that over to him now. And yeah, I think that's gonna be it for me. Planning another stream on Saturday. All things being well, we should have something fun to do then. And if all goes well, hopefully I'll actually put a bit of new music out as well, so that could be fun. But yeah, I hope this has been enjoyable and interesting for you to check out, and the insights, I hope they actually help you with what you're doing. And yeah, I just wish you the best with your musical journeys, as they were. And I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. So who have we got on the old Twitch? Oh, it's gonna be... There's stuff going on all over the place. Very cool. Very cool streams all over the place. But Chimpy is doing some gaming, so let's do that. Everyone say hi to Chimpy on the way in. He's not doing music, he's doing gamey. But it'll be fun, I'm sure. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks to all of those from Will's Raid who stuck around. This has been a pleasure. I will see you all hopefully in a couple of days. You take care of yourselves, and I will see you soon. Ciao, friends. Bye.